We're A-Game, a 100% Black-owned company with an all-natural product and world-class customer service. We're headquartered in California, and we manufacture, package, and ship right here in the United States. We ship to more than 125 distributors worldwide. Normal processing is 2 to 3 days, and we employ virtual tracking until our product is received. So, no matter where you are in the world, here we come, and we're bringing your A-game.
What's going on, world? DS1 Ross, and we back here on SHEEPSTAYSLEEPTV. Shout out to everybody who support the platform. Much love. Salute to everybody that's in the building right now. If you are tuned in, make sure you hit the like button, please. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the like button. Shout out to everybody, man. Salute to all the visionaries. Shout out to all the visionaries out there. Shout out to all of y'all. Shout out to all of y'all, man. Salute to the A-Game family. Salute to the A-Game nation. And we back here on SHEEPSTAYSLEEPTV with another one. I'm your host, DS1 Ross, and I appreciate all the love and the support. Shout out to Angie B in the building. Hello to you. Shout out to you. Shout out to Queen of C. She said, good afternoon, Sheep, and everyone in the chat. I just watched a short video of Walt Diddy show. He mentioned you. You guys are bringing so much information on your channel. I appreciate the love. I appreciate that, Queen of C. And shout out to my brother, Walt Diddy, man. That's my brother, man. Salute to my brother, Walt Diddy. Y'all see the new graphics and the new overlays. That's due to Walt Diddy, man. He did the intro on my channel. Shout out to my brother Walt Diddy, man. Day one supporter. Shout out to my bro. So make sure y'all go over there and y'all subscribe to Walt Diddy. Shout out to Shango Zulu on the check-in. Salute, salute. So if you're here right now, if you haven't yet, make sure you go up to the pinned comment and get your copy of the first issue of the Black Manosphere magazine. If you haven't yet, it is available now on Kindle, on Amazon. We appreciate all the support. If you have purchased, please do me a favor. Please do us a favor and go just leave a review. Leave a review of the magazine. 2 to 3 sentences is very much appreciated. We appreciate all the love and the support. We are officially an Amazon #1 bestseller in many countries, as y'all saw, as we showed. So we appreciate all the love and the support for our first issue of the Black Manosphere magazine. So we appreciate y'all. Shout out to Walt Diddy in the building. He said, shout out to SHEEPSTAYSLEEPTV. I'm on my grind, ready to learn. Same here, bro, every day. You know how I go, man. You know how I will, us life path number 8s are. So shout out to my bro, Walt Diddy, man. So make sure y'all like and share the show. Make sure y'all like and share the show. If this is your first time here, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you're notified every time I drop some new content right here on SHEEPSTAYSLEEPTV. Appreciate the love, man. We appreciate the love. And y'all see today's show. Y'all see today's show. Today's show, rented validation. Rented validation. Now, I got to shout out my brother, the Book of Ronan, for that awesome video he did and he dropped last night. The House of, what is it called? The House of the Hounds of Danderville. The Hounds of Danderville, right? Shout out to my brother for that video. And it is something that he pointed out in the video that's very, very important. And it's something that a lot of us brothers don't understand until we get a little older. You know, when you young and you running around and you doing what you're doing and living your life, you really don't understand just how much you're not living your life according to you. I want a lot of our younger brothers to understand that we understand that it takes time. And I'm still young myself, so I'm not sitting here talking like I'm a, I'm an older guy or I'm an elder or anything like that. I'm a young guy myself, and I have, my elders who tell me, that I'm still young and I'm still growing and just growing into being the best version of myself. So I want to let brothers know that's younger than me that the things that you're doing or you may have done, understand, learn from your mistakes, but understand that you're still trying to find who you are. And on that quest of finding who you are, you're going to do a lot of things that when you get older and you look back, you're not going to regret it, but you're going to know it didn't really make sense. It didn't have to happen. Certain things just it wasn't called for. It just didn't make any sense to be done. And I want to let brothers know today exactly what a lot of that stuff is, because a lot of us, when we're young, we waste a lot of time doing a bunch of things that don't mean anything. And we do it because we're still trying to find ourselves. And when you're trying to find yourself, you're trying to figure out where you're going to fit in at. And a lot of times we do stupid, foolish things for what? For that validation. We do it for that validation, brothers. And we're going to speak about this today because the validation that a lot of us seek when we're in that place in our life, we don't understand that the validation is temporary. We don't understand that what you actually doing and who you're actually trying to prove something to, they don't really care. And see, I want to stress this point because, nowadays, a lot of our young brothers are losing their life and they're not having enough time to make those mistakes anymore. See, this is the difference that I explain to younger brothers now when they try to say that it's not that much different from when I was growing up. And in a lot of ways, it isn't. But what is different is we had time to mess up. We had time to drop out of school and go back to school. We had time to, catch early cases in our lives and straighten our lives up. A lot of us were able to get through life-threatening situations like getting shot, getting locked up, being homeless. And we had time to basically bounce back. There were things in place where we could go to bounce back. And I'm not saying that those things are still not there. It's just that you brothers are not making it. It's like y'all are not making it. It just seems like y'all young brothers don't understand what's going on in our environment. So for you to be running around seeking this rented validation, it's only detrimental to us. It's only detrimental to you. Because it was detrimental to us. And some of my friends, they're not here to talk about it. Some of my friends are not here they weren't able to make up for their mistakes either. Some of my friends kept making the same mistakes. And now, they're not here on the outside world to talk about their mistakes. But I want you younger brothers to understand that it's not going to be that easy for y'all. The laws have changed. They've got more severe when it comes to cracking down on guns, cracking down on drugs, cracking down on just outside activity in itself with all of the cameras. They just created a new robotic police dog. They're going to put that out in New York first. So my point is to you young brothers, you don't have that much time to really be out here goofing around. At this point, it's either you nerd up or you get left. Shout out to Styles P. It's time for brothers to nerd up. All of this rented validation that you're seeking is detrimental to your life. It's going to get you in the places that you don't want to be. It's going to heighten the constant threat of extinction for you, brother. See, I want y'all to understand how severe this stuff is. Make sure y'all like and share the show, man. Like and share the show. Shout out to Queen of C. Much love, mamas. She sent the super sticker. I appreciate it. Appreciate it. You see? I want you brothers to understand that if the life expectancy of Black men has just shortened another 3 years, just stop. You young brothers are on Google all the time. Just ask Google, ask Siri, what is the life expectancy for the guys in your age group? Because I don't see a lot of you guys living past 30. I don't see a lot of y'all living past 30. And the reason why a lot of you young brothers are being murdered, it is because y'all are seeking some type of validation that's not even real. You see? And the reason why I'm saying this is because me and a few of my friends that's left, we're the ones that's alive left to tell the stories. See, I could speak for my friends who are not here, who are dead, who are in prison. I could speak for them. I could speak for them. This is what they wanted me to do. This is the route I was supposed to go initially. Out of my friends, I was the school kid. I was the nerd. I'm the guy in my crew that my friends come to advice for. And this is not me tooting my own horn. This is just the role that I play. See, remember, I tell brothers, you got to know your role and play it. You see? See, you don't have to be a punk to play your role and be effective at playing your role. You see? This is why I explained to y'all in the past couple of streams that a lot of y'all, when y'all hear the Black Panthers, y'all think of militants. Huh, 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 marching militants. That's what y'all think. Y'all don't think of the intelligence, the intelligentsia that those black men and black women held. Y'all don't think about that when y'all hear the Black Panthers. This is why y'all don't think, when y'all think of Tupac's father, y'all think of militants. Y'all don't think of him being a doctor. You see? You don't remember Mutulu Shakur as being an acupuncturist. You remember him as being a Black Panther who was a rebel. You see? And the reason why they push that narrative about our people is because they want us brothers to continue to chase this rented validation that's not. You see? The example of what rented validation is being a thug, being a gangster, being a savage, being a demon. I'm going to spin the block and look for my ops. See, that stuff, that's for all rented validation. And they want us brothers to get caught up in this. This is why when they teach us about the Black Panthers, not when we educate ourselves, but when they teach us, it's all about militants. This is why when they see a big black man such as myself, the first thing they think of is aggression. Aggression, brute force. They don't think intelligence. They don't think that. They don't think that. They think bodyguard. That's the first thing they think. And they've trained us to think that way about ourselves. Shout out to Handel and Jones in the building. That's how they want us to see ourselves. So we create these personas and we go out and we try to live them out for this rented validation. Oh, he a savage. Oh, he got the whole neighborhood scared of him. He got the whole hood scared of him. Oh, the whole hood under him. This rented validation. They want us to get caught up in this, brothers. We even get caught up with this here on YouTube. We get caught up with that. And they want us to stay stuck and caught up in it. This rented validation. Oh, he told him off. Shout out to AP. What's going on, AP? This rented validation. Who's flyer than who? Who has more money than who? Who drives a better car? Who woman looks better? Rented validation. And you know why the validation is rented? Because the value system that's being promoted is a value system that does not benefit or uplift Black men. That's why it's rented validation. You see? See, because Black men understand we validate ourselves. You see? We validate ourselves. You know why we validate ourselves? Because we identify ourselves. So red bottoms, Christian Louboutin cannot validate me in my manhood. Abraham Lincoln, right? He cannot validate my manhood. George Washington, Ben Franklin, okay? They cannot validate my manhood because Black men identify themselves. So we validate ourselves. You see? You see? You see? So brands cannot validate me. I validate the brand. You see? See, brothers, this is why I say we got to get off the plantation here. You see? This is why you still chase and live your life for this rented validation. Look at my Jordans. I got the new Jordans. I can afford to buy the new Pradas. I can afford to buy a new Maybach. But how you sleep at night, my brother? You got the new J's, but do you sleep at night? How's your dwelling? You sleep good at night? How you feel about yourself, my brother? Or are you depressed? You see, when you practice the backward value system, you forgetting you. And see, that's what happens when you go out and you look for this rented validation. See, because what? Something that's rented is what? Not yours. You see? Something that's rented is not yours. You see? It's not yours. It don't come from you. This is why in the 10 life value success system, you have internal values and external values. So you value your money because you understand that your money takes care of external things. What are external things? Expenses, bills, that's what money is for. It is to handle and to maintain the external things in your life, brothers. So you may have the money, you can afford to eat healthy, but if you are still dealing with emotional traumas, the money that you have, you are going to find and buy food that is going to make you feel better. And those foods are not healthy. You see? You see? So you could sit here and say, oh, well, if you don't have the money, you can't eat better. And that's true to a certain extent. But if you have a wealth of knowledge, guess what you can do? You can eat healthy on a budget. But see, you only going to do that if you want to be healthy. You see? You see? This is why we say wealth is tangible and intangible. Because if you have a wealth of information, you can find out how to eat better on a budget without having a bunch of money. Right? But if you only look at wealth as being tangible in the form of finances, guess what you're going to do? You're going to eat healthy when you goddamn feel like it. You're going to eat healthy when you feel like it. And you know when you're going to do it? When you're trying to get some rented validation. So when you're trying to prove a point, oh, I could go eat healthy. I could go to Whole Foods right now. Why you ain't been eating at Whole Foods? Why you ain't been eating at Whole Foods? Huh? Why don't you just read up on things and go to supermarkets and buy the healthier choice? Who said you got to have a plethora of money? See, that's what you think. Because you look at you being healthy, right? And the people who are healthy, you equate health with riches. When you should be equating health with wealth. And the people who are wealthy, they are healthy because they've made certain decisions, right? They've made a conscious decision to take their money to eat healthy. See, it takes the conscious decision before the financial decision. It takes the conscious decision first. The conscious decision goes back to here. Let's go back to the chart. I know y'all love charts here. It goes back to your what? Your mental health state. It goes back to health. To make that conscious decision to eat better, to take a certain amount of your money to eat better. It takes a conscious decision first. It takes an emotional decision also. Logic plus emotion. Cause see, you could think some shit all day. You could think some stuff all day. You can think it all you want. But if you don't feel like doing it, you're not gonna do it. See, brothers, your logic and your emotions, they have to be in sync. That's when you're gonna actually take action. That's when you're gonna take action. It's not just you saying, oh, I'm gonna do the logical thing. Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. But how much do your emotions affect your logic? I want you brothers to be honest. How much does your logic affect your emotions? Or does your emotions affect your logic? See, we're going to stop playing games over here. We're going to talk to men and have real, logical, comprehensive conversations. We're going to take the cap off. Does your logic affect your emotions, or does your emotions affect your logic? So you can think about doing the right thing all you want. But what makes you say, okay, I'm gonna do it? Because you what? Because you feel like it, not because you thought about it. Not because you thought about it, because you think about a lot of shit that you don't do. You see? Logic and emotion must mesh when you making a decision that's going to be life-changing for you, brothers. You see? This is why in the 10 life value success system, we have internal values and external values. We address the mental health and the physical health. We address the whole man, not 3/5, not 1/2, the whole man. You see? And when you're out here seeking rented validation, you are not operating as you should, brothers. Shout out to Hill Zen. Appreciate you, family. He said everyone knows someone with a food card for sale. Exactly. 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 Shout out to Shaka New in the building. Perfect Timing Podcast. Salute. Salute to everybody in the building, man. Make sure y'all like and share the stream. Make sure y'all like and share the stream. You see? So seeking this rented validation, brothers, is going to cause you more grief than anything. This is why a lot of our black men, right, are committing suicide. They're committing suicide because a lot of us are trying to keep up with the Joneses. A lot of us are looking at Instagram, looking at Facebook, looking at Twitter, and we're trying to keep up with this stuff. We're trying to say, damn, I'm not that efficient of a man because I can't do that. I can't do that. I can't dress like Holmes. I can't look like them. I can't be at Miami. I can't be in Miami on jet skis on Labor Day like everyone else. I'm a lame. I'm a loser. I'm not worth anything. I have no value. This is what a lot of y'all are saying to yourselves. I know. I can't buy my son Jordans all the time. I feel less of a man. I can't buy my lady. I never could buy my woman red bottoms. She might have to settle for 9 West. She might have to settle for Coach because I can't get her no Gucci. I feel less of a man because I can't buy her that diamond tennis bracelet that I know she deserves. So I feel less of a man. So let me go out, and do my 1-2 because I want to make everybody happy. I want to make everybody happy. So one day I could feel validated. So one day everybody could make me feel like the man. Shout out to D Remedy. But guess what all that is, brothers? That's all insecurities about you not being able to partake in rented validation. That's what that is. You're mad because you ain't draped up and dripped out. So you less of a man. You less of a man. You at a certain age and you still driving this type of car, making this amount of money, you a loser. Says who? Says who? A bunch of Negroes who want to see you come through with a better car and then still talk shit about you? Huh? You trying to live for those Negroes? You still trying to get validation from dudes who soon as you walk up, they're going to talk about you soon as you walk off, no matter how fly you are. No matter how fly you are, dude's going to find something to say. Dude's going to find something to say. And then, if they can't find nothing to say, you know what a lot of them will turn around and say? Man, if that dude ever play with me, I'll kill him. See, that's how deep the rabbit hole goes with this rented validation. That some people are willing to kill for it. Some people will kill you. They'll kill you for this rented validation, for everybody to say, oh, he lit. Oh, he popping. Oh, look at him over there. And we got black men today crashing out, throwing their life away. I know some dudes that made the most money in their life during the whole COVID scamming season. And now they in the feds. The best 2 years of their life ended a couple of months ago. Who knows how much time they facing? This is what I mean, young brothers. This rented validation. This rented validation. Balled out. They balled out. Miami, Lambos, Ferraris, Bentleys, Wraiths, Cullinans, all of that. Jet skis, all types of women. They're in the feds now. And I'm going to tell you why the validation is rented, brothers. Because now, them dudes are in the feds. All them dudes, they was out in the streets, and all them chicks, they ain't even mentioning them. It's a dude like me mentioning them. You see? That's why the validation is rented. See, because guess what? Now that y'all in prison, it's going to be a different set of dudes with them same chicks, with them same fake dudes. It's a cycle. It's a cycle. All based in rented validation. Where you got to prove that you tough. To who? You got to prove you tough to who? And when you prove you tough, then what? When you prove you tough, the next level is, can you take these shots? All right, you tough. All right, but can you take these bullets? You see, you see how it manifests? It gets worse. 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 And then when you die, you know what they say? Oh, I remember him. He used to get money back in the day. That's what they gonna say about you. Oh, I remember him. He used to have all of the chicks. Oh, I remember him. He used to come through and buy all the bottles. Oh, I remember him. He used to have all the Jordans. But where you at now? Because see, I'm going to tell you how it's going to go. After you get those 2-3 people that's going to praise you. Yeah, I remember him. Yeah. I remember he used to have all the fly parties. Then you're going to have somebody come out and say, man, don't nobody care what he did. Don't nobody care what he did. Man, we've been doing that. We've been doing that. It's a cycle of rented validation. All that shit you did 15 years ago don't mean nothing now. All them bottles you were popping in don't mean nothing now. You know why? Because within those 15 years, it was 5-10 other crews who did the same stuff. Who did the same shit. Who did the same thing. Shout out to my brother, the bishop in the building. Salute. So what does that actually mean? To be running around here seeking rented validation? What are you doing? What you're doing is you trapping yourself, brothers. You putting yourself in a predicament where you're going to lose ultimately. Because if you are not self-validated, all the shit you do don't mean nothing anyway. See, if what you do don't mean something to you, then it don't matter. See, your cause or the cause you stand behind has to mean something to you personally. It has to mean something to you. Because if it doesn't, then that means you doing some shit for somebody else. That means you doing what you doing to be reveled by everyone else. You seeking validation. And this is how a lot of us brothers are living. This is why a lot of us, we're not happy. Because we seeking rented validation. See, because black men don't prove how strong they are to each other by helping each other. Why black men can't do that? Why black men can't show their strength by helping each other? Why black men can't show their influence by being influential to each other instead of using their influence to try to step on each other, and instead of using their influence to try to crush another black man? Because the average black man lives his life seeking rented validation. That's why. Look at me, look at me, look at me. I'm over here, everybody. Hi, look at me. Look what I'm doing. I have a good job. Congratulate me. I got a dollar. I got a dollar. I got a dollar. Hey, 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 hey. Buckwheat. Rented validation. Why was he bragging about him having a dollar? First of all, Buckwheat grew up poor. He had nothing. He never had nothing. He never had nothing. He don't know what it is to have a whole dollar to himself. So what did he do? Amongst his friends, he showed off. I got a dollar. I got a dollar. I got a dollar. Hey, 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 hey. Because what? He wanted validation for him having money because he never had any. That's Buckwheat from the Little Rascals. Never had nothing. So as soon as he get a dollar, he got to flaunt it. He got to flash it. Because you want rented validation. He wanted his friends to validate him for being in the club. See, now I have a reason to be a part of the group. I have a dollar. I have a dollar. You see? Be my friend. I have a dollar. I have a dollar. Be my friend. This is why you have to teach your children, don't go to school and be the type to give away things for your friends. I had to teach my oldest son that. Because he was the type that he liked to go to school and give his toys away to have friends. He'll bring his toy, he'll sneak toys and games and stuff to school and give them away and say he has a friend. Oh, that's my friend. I gave him a toy. No, he's not your friend. Maybe now he's going to act like he's your friend, son, because he know he might get a toy. So I had to teach my son, don't think you can buy your friends. You don't reward even your friends if they haven't earned it. You see? But that's him wanting that validation. And like I told my son, just because you gave them the toys and you may think they're your friends, don't mean they still your friends. Don't mean that they still like you. Don't mean that they still cool with you like that. You just think that. Don't fool yourself, son. Got to teach you something about people. You got to validate yourself. Don't think, oh, because I gave them something, now we cool. No. That's rented validation. That's rented validation. That's like a Jonathan. A Jonathan thinks because he leads with his wallet that he has some sort of leadership in some way. Because he thinks his financial status validates his masculinity. He thinks that his finances makes him a leader in the house when it doesn't. This is why if you look at a lot of your palm color sitcoms, a lot of the children, what is the problem that a lot of them have with their dads? The fact that dad likes to swing around his money and think that his money is the end all, the be all to being dad. This is what you hear from these palm colored children. Well, my dad, he left me a trust fund, but I can't stand him. I can't stand him. He think because he left me all of this money, he can control me. My dad doesn't even respect me. This is where you hear all of this stuff from. I'm not making fun of anybody, but this is where you hear this from. See, because let me let you brothers know something too. Your children know if you a simp. Your children will know if you a simp. If you a Jonathan. They'll know. Because it's all in how you operate. And Jonathans and simps seek rented validation. This is why thugs and all of them type of people, they're blue pill. They're not red pill. Most thug dudes were a bunch of young boys who weren't paid attention to, who were neglected and abandoned. They were little boys who ran around the house all day. They had a bunch of goddamn energy that wasn't tended to, that wasn't directed into anything creative. So they start being destructive. And then that shit spilled over into the streets. So all that thug stuff and that behavior, that fake machismo bravado stuff, that's all rooted in abandonment. Those are all defense mechanisms. That's what that's about. That thug persona is for validation. All you need is a hug, bro. You need a hug, bro. You need a hug. And you need a good woman to deal with you. That's what you need. You ain't no thug. You need a hug, bro. because that's what thugs seek. Thugs just want validation. Them dudes that you see out in the street making all that noise, they just want to be heard. They just want some attention. That's all they want. That's all it is. That's all it is. They've been doing that since they was in their house. But their mama didn't pay them no attention. Their mama looked past them like, boy, get out my face. That's all that is. But I want you brothers to understand, man, that validation, it's not real. That's why even after you get it, after you get all the street accolades, after you get all of the jail accolades, what are you left with? What are you left with? Nothing. You're left to still deal with everything on your own. You're left to still pick up the pieces on your own and figure it out for yourself. So running around here trying to keep up with the Joneses, trying to fit in, and I gotta look like this and all that shit is BS. It is not rooted in reality. It is an artificial reality. And I want brothers to understand this today. Maybe today's show would take some stress off your back. Because guess what, bro? You ain't got to wear Balenciaga joggers. Okay? You don't have to wear Balenciaga to feel cool. Because you make the clothes cool. The clothes don't make you cool. See, brother, if you get in line and you get in tune with the 10 life value success system, you'll understand that stuff is BS. It ain't about nothing. You're not missing nothing, brother. You're not missing anything. You're not missing anything, man. You're not. You may think so, but you're not. You're not. You so caught up in leisure because you want to look good on a gram, you forgetting about your health. Not missing nothing, brothers. You dudes jumping on and off these planes and going to all these spots with all these people just to take these Instagram pictures, man. Do you know how many people done pass due to, that pandemic virus that's going on around here? I'm not even going to say it. And y'all don't put it in the chat room, please. But the disease everybody getting, so-called cured for, do you know a lot of people contracted that going back and forth to these vacation spots? And they only doing it because they getting this extra money, so they want to travel and take these pictures and go to these places and rent these cars and buy a bunch of clothes and just to take pictures. Just for rented validation. Now you come back home and you're sick. Now you come back home and you're fighting for your life. It's not worth it, brothers. Miami not going nowhere. Vegas not going nowhere. Puerto Rico, Punta Cana, not going nowhere, bro. Not going nowhere, man. The season that we in, brothers, we better be hell-bent on these internal 5. I'm telling you, if it was never a time before, now is the time. With all of this stuff going on, it might be another shutdown. We don't know. Those internal 5, man, those internal 5 is what's going to keep us alive. Those internal five, man. So stop seeking rented validation, man. Because that rented validation is not going to strengthen those internal five of the 10 life values. It's not. It's actually going to make you abandon them because you're practicing the backward value system. That's why you're seeking rented validation. Because when you only live externally, you only have a rented existence anyway. And what I mean by a rented existence means when you die, nobody's going to care. It'll just be a whole nother day. So shout out to everybody in the building. Make sure y'all like and share this show. Make sure y'all like and share the show. Shout out to everybody in the building. I appreciate y'all for pulling up to today's show. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure y'all share the show. If y'all are new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you notify every time I drop some new content right here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Salute to all of the visionaries. Salute to all of the visionaries. Shout out to the A-Game family. Salute to the A-Game Nation. And before we wrap this show up, make sure y'all go into the pinned comment. It's in the chat. Go up to that pinned comment and get you a copy. If you haven't yet, grab you a copy. Grab it for your friend. But grab you a copy of the Kindle version of the first issue of Amazon's #1 bestseller, The Black Manosphere magazine, if you haven't yet. And make sure when you grab the magazine, please, 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 here it is, the proof of the #1 bestseller list right here. We would like to thank everyone. And if you purchase, make sure you please write a review. 2 to 3 sentences is very much appreciated. We appreciate all the love and the support and all the visionaries here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV for helping us go to #1 bestseller here on Amazon. So if you haven't yet, make sure you get you a copy of the first issue of the Black Manosphere magazine. Also, my bad, y'all. Hit the mute button. But as I said, if you have purchased the magazine, if you haven't yet, make sure you go grab you a copy and please leave a 2-3 sentence review. It's very much appreciated. We appreciate all the love and the support. Stay tuned for what we got coming right here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. I appreciate all the love and the support. Once again, shout out to the visionaries. Salute to the A-Game family. Shout out to the A-Game Nation. This is DS1 Ross of Sheep Stay Sleep TV. And if you enjoyed the show, Cash App $ Sheep Stay Sleep TV is where you can go. Cash App $ Sheep Stay Sleep TV is where you can go. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. DS1 Ross. Brothers, remember, gotta heal before we build, man. Let's stop running around here seeking rented validation. Because at the end of the day, that has never done nothing for us and it never will. It never will. We'll catch y'all on the next one. This show is sponsored, and this channel is sponsored by A-Game, a male herbal solution. A male herbal solution. Fellas, get down in the description box and join this A-Game lifestyle. This is a lifestyle promoting optimal health for us men. It's a lifestyle that promotes optimal health for us men. It is for our energy. It is for our vitality. It is for our strength. And it is for our libido. Fellas, join this A-Game lifestyle simply by clicking the link in the description box, and at your checkout, type in the promo code SHEEP and the number 10. That's SHEEP and the number 10. Get a discount off on your purchase.